Hey, welcome to another episode of MCrider Q&A, where I answer your questions that you leave in the comments on our YouTube channel. This first question comes in from James Laughlin. He says, question for you and your viewers, is ABS absolutely necessary? If yes, why did Honda make so many gold wings without it? You know, that was something that always bugged me. The older style gold wings, the ABS was not standard on those bikes. And I didn't necessarily have a problem with that. I did have a problem with the way that Honda priced it, because they made it a part of an upgrade package. So if you wanted ABS on your motorcycle, you had to buy a whole bunch of other things that you may not want, you know, like an upgraded stereo system. And I can't remember what all was included in that package, but you couldn't just buy the ABS. You had to spend several $1,000s and jump up a whole model line in the Goldwing in order to get ABS. Personally, I think that was a mistake on Honda's part to price it that way. It penalized people who just wanted ABS on their motorcycle. Now, to the question, is ABS necessary? That depends on who you ask. I would say yes. And if you've got the option of buying a motorcycle with ABS or without ABS, I would always recommend to buy one with ABS. Even if you practice, you know, threshold emergency braking, you never can tell what the surface is going to be like, or, you know, what you might do in an emergency. So ABS is a great backup plan. Statistically, it has shown to reduce accidents and deaths on motorcycles as well. So this next question comes in from Marathon Refrigeration. I like what you did there. You get a little plug for your business by getting your question answered. This question was in response to my over 8 minutes of useless motorcycle knowledge. You can see the comment and the video thumbnail down there. If you haven't seen that, it was my attempt at humor. And the question from Marathon Refrigeration, see, you got plugged twice. He says, did you have help writing this video? Funny stuff. No, that was all me. In fact, everything here at MCrider is me. I'm the on-camera talent, I guess, if you could call me that. I'm the video editor. I'm the graphic designer. I write the videos. I develop the website. It's all me. So if there's something you like about it, you can thank me. If there's something you don't like about it, you can blame me. But it's all me. So this one kind of caught me off guard, this question. It was in response to an older video where the title was Emergency Braking on a Motorcycle, You Were Doing It Wrong. And I guess that triggered GrandDad, because he says, that's an insulting title. Am I doing it wrong? Why make assumptions about people like that? Can you stop faster than I? Can you keep up through the twisties? If you can outperform me, I'll listen how I'm wrong. Well, it was a title, guy. You put titles on videos in the hopes that people will click on them. It wasn't a personal insult to you. I've never seen you ride. I probably can't keep up with you in the twisties. I probably can't outbrake you. I'm sure you're a fantastic rider. No offense intended. So we got another question coming from that same video, that emergency braking on a motorcycle, you were doing it wrong. This person wasn't offended. They had a legitimate question. This comes from Dan Clark. He says, love your videos. Will the ABS override emergency braking? No. Emergency or ABS is a backup to threshold braking. So we talked a couple of videos ago about you squeeze the front brake. It's primarily the front brake. You're allowing weight to transfer to that front tire, and you're continuing to squeeze that brake up to the point where that tire is basically howling. You hear a sound from that tire. You know it's right on the verge of losing traction. And then if you can maintain the brake pressure at that point, that's going to give you maximum stopping power by applying emergency threshold braking. If you exceed that, or the surface of the road changes, you know, you hit a bump in the road, or there's gravel or a slick spot in the road, then ABS kicks in and it keeps you upright. It's a fantastic tool. I love ABS, but it's not, I've rarely activated ABS on my motorcycle. Even when I'm practicing emergency stops, I don't get into the point where it's activating ABS, because I know that that's going to extend my stopping distance. I'm going to apply threshold braking. I'm going to get the motorcycle to a stop in the shortest distance by keeping maximum braking pressure on that front brake, and maximum threshold braking with that front tire to the pavement is going to get you stopped quickest. ABS is simply a backup plan. If I overbrake or the surface changes, 100% agree that it's a good thing, but it's not going to override. It's not going to interrupt unless you make a mistake or the road surface changes. So this next question comes in from Bruh. Bruh asks, on the ultimate guide to motorcycling in winter, he asks, what motorcycles would you guys recommend for winter? I'll probably be living right next to Canada, but I'm looking to buy a motorcycle. Well, Canada, winter, and motorcycles, in my opinion, don't mix. Once it gets cold, it gets cold. And my understanding, I'm from Texas, but my understanding, it gets a little bit colder up in Canada than it does down here in Texas in the wintertime. And there are a couple of months here in Texas where I probably don't get on the bike because it's too cold for me. But I guess if you're going to ride and the surface of the road is clean, you want something with a big fairing, you want something that's going to move wind, you're going to have something that you can plug electronics into to have a heated vest, probably heated gloves, probably heated pant liners to keep you warm enough to ride a motorcycle up there in the winter. But the bigger issue, I think, is even if there hasn't been snow on the ground, if the temperatures have reached a hard freeze the night before, and in winter they rarely get out of a hard freeze in a lot of regions in Canada and up north, any surface, any water that gets on the surface is going to freeze. I've had that here in North Texas. It's been a clear day, but hard freeze the night before, and you see ice on the road because somebody left a sprinkler system on, something got spilled on the road. So my recommendation, stick to four wheels once the temperatures get, into that hard freeze region, and, four-wheel it to work. If that's not an option for you, then you're going to need something with large fairings. You're going to need something that you can plug heated gear into just so that you don't have hypothermia on your way to work. So I want to give a shout out to all our new members. These are members who have recently signed up. We got John McCauley, Leland Byers, Ferlin Short, Harold Tukey, Matthew Brenton, Bill Satnick, Joe Everett, Milan Stocking, Matt Aubrey, Shane Paul Williamson, Jason Nelson, Nigel Freeman, Todd Swain, Niels Nedregard, Werner Olson, hopefully I got that right, Steve Gillifan, Mike Harvey, John Himbera. So thank you for everybody who has signed up. Thank you for supporting this channel. It's because of you guys that I'm able to do this and your support here on the channel. If you're not a member and you've thought about it, you're kind of on the fence one way or the other, I got a coupon for you, MC May. Use that for the month of May. You'll get $5 off of any membership level that you choose. So no risk. If you want to see what it's all about, become a member, use MC May at checkout, and you'll get $5 off. Thank you, everybody, for supporting this channel. I really do appreciate you. And to all those new members, we'll see you on the forums.